Krampus. 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 Ich bin stramm. God is Santa Claus for adults. I've recently talked about that. I've really recently spoken of this, about how, you prep the kids for the religion, and then there's, you grow up and the kids have Santa Claus, and you're like, whoa, I've still got God. He's gonna bring me something good. Like the kid isn't enough. Of course it's not enough. If you're praying for something good and you can't even bother raising your kid in a way that is acceptable to you, then your prayers shall be unanswered. As far as I can tell, the only persons that have kids that grow up acceptable in their mind's eye are the kids they gave a fucking mohawk to and sent to school in 6th and 7th grade and were kicking people in the nuts because they taught them to. Don't ever give your kid a mohawk. You gotta let the kid decide to have that. And if he decides, it means he probably saw another kid with a mohawk kicking someone in the nuts. And you have to at least sit and say, why is it you want a mohawk? It's like, baptism, first communion, confirmation, marriage, or the priesthood. You gotta pick one. Death. I'm missing one. I know. What's the 7th sacrament? Oh, it's knowing yourself. Oh, is that wrong? I think I got the 7th one wrong. They don't want that. But so, then you grow up and you've got somebody that you can appreciate, you can hope for, you can just put all your hopes into. Your little sisters of worry, all of your hopes running up saying, come on, gimme. Yeah, God is in ourself. God is in ourself. If God is everywhere, it's that whole, cohesive factor. You have to look to yourself. You'd be shocked. If you really want something, you can get it. If you don't want something, that means you're doing just fine to begin with. Go, man, go. But I decided to look because somebody once, talked about this other guy and said, you look like him. And I said, I don't know. I just screwball hair, long fingernails, and just scaring the fuck out of the kids. They would say with a polite stance, are you homeless? No! And he'll, get the fuck out of here. You're bothering me, kid. But Krampus, if they want to be able to put religion on kids right from the start. All they got to do is bring Krampus into the story of Christmas. See, that was supposedly there before Christmas ever came. Krampus. And he would come and he would assist St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas showed up to give the good kids their stuff, which happened to be like oranges and such. It's Prussian. It's all over the Slovakian nation. It's been going on for years. And they even have a run. The Krampus lauf. Just have a bunch of people fucking run around with horns through the streets. It holds very true to Walpurgisnacht, with people just going and burning barns and taking and ravaging the women and eating the food. You know, those Sumerians, those people of the dark country, not Sumerians, Cimmerians, they knew how to have a party all the time. But if you wanted to get the kids right into religion without having to do the whole Santa Claus thing, which they watered down for publication. Ho, ho, ho. Just give them the real Bible from the start. There's all the aggression. There's all that stuff. Look, St. Nicholas came in and he said, hey, but he had Krampus behind him for the kids that were not well behaved. And so you've got St. Nicholas going, hey, and then you've got Krampus going, and there's Krampus, and there's Siete, and Krampus. Oh, Krampus has got you now. Oh, Siete. See, that's a scary as hell thing. He'd come in, he didn't bring an orange, he brought a birch rod just to scare the fuck out of those kids. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had Siete. He rides a timeline that blows people's minds. Just give them the Old Testament. Show them what happens when you turn around to look at something. When you say, there's a cop back there, don't look, don't look, don't look. He's pulling us over like my dad did when I was a kid. What? Give them something to be afraid of when they're looking for joy and they're looking for a world full of order. You can't have magic every day unless you are magic.